Who gave out yours?
Emmanuel, I think his friend liked it. Because he just told me, oh, it's, I forgot in my friend's car. I've never seen it. I think somebody must have just played him, and swapped him with this rubbish.
That's your microphone?
I put it inside.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's copy. What is so in Turkey? Although it's in Turkey. Oh, these microphones. We've got four now, eh? Oh, that's TV.
What TV? Yeah, yeah. We'll turn it on.
The remote is there.
Okay, look at the. Let me see how you look. I'm thinking we should. Looks good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe we should cut out the. Can you see the kitchen in the back?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, it's all right. As long as you don't see those beans. Can you see the beans? I had those beans.
Or can you move this kidogo?
The kitchen can be in. Okay, what? No, it's too much.
Because if you move,
Yeah.
here, even maybe just a little bit more inside, so your whole body is in. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, that's good.
But you can put this one.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Because it looks background.
Okay, let me do a weed.
Aye.
I need to do a weed, bro. I need to be comfortable. We got time.
Use Airbnb. We're only, we say quarter to.
7:35, so you have to leave here by 9:15. By 8:30, we'll be done. This one doesn't go by 8:30, even by.
Too long interviews become
Exactly.
boring. I've seen, there's another lady.
No,
on
long
TikTok.
interviews can be good too. Okay, can you turn off the phone?
The remote is there. When you come back, put that remote in the drawer.
Put the remote where?
In that drawer there. That one there. The open one and then close it. Do you sometimes try and vacuum this area? Because you're the one who's using a lot with that. Please, just keep it clean. Can you see it there?
Because I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
You like that picture in the background?
Huh? It's okay.
This one.
That's recording.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick Instagram video. I'll do one. Oh, I look good, but I'm a bit sorry.
Hey. Let's put this. Have you introduced yourself to that Nick gay guy?
No, not yet.
I want this. Can you see those books, Chanel, in the video?
No.
Okay.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
How does it I look good?
Yeah.
The lighting's good, huh?
Yeah. And plus this one, it helps. The top one.
Yeah, the top one. Let me just.
That's why I wanted that to. So you're doing videos and you don't have a good light in here. And look alright, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. What's up, YouTube? Back in the back. Okay, let me do a quick. We'll do it maybe like for Instagram. I'll do like a cheers and then I'll show you. Shane, you ready? Cheers, Mom.
Cheers.
Podcast episode. You ready?
Yep.
You ready, guys? Show me. You ready?
It's recording.
Yeah. I'm here with Mom, and we're about to shoot an amazing podcast. You guys can see the cameras, see everything there. We're looking drippy. Mother and son podcast episode coming soon. Let's see the drip, Mom. Bah.
Just wearing Adidas.
Okay, done.
Mm.
Go down there, 7:39. So a good time. Check the time.
Socks are those you wear.
They're warm.
Mm-hmm.
They're warm. Okay, I'm on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the Rasha Family Podcast. We're here for a very special episode. Mom, it's been a very long time since we've had you on the show.
I know, right?
Imagine maybe people were like, hey, we haven't seen Inyanji
Mm.
in a while.
Mm.
When was the last time we recorded an episode?
Hey, last year sometime.
Last year.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been a while. So how you been?
Good. Thanks for checking in. I'm good. You?
Yeah.
Busy with the podcast, huh?
Mhm.
I see. Very busy. I see you all the time.
We went to this Italian party yesterday. It was fun. Like just seeing everyone dancing, the mothers. Then I was hanging out with the moms.
Italian are very family oriented. They try to keep the culture, which is really good.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk today about. I wanted to talk today about like what's it like raising boys. So actually, let me give you a backstory. I told you on the phone, I went to this hairdresser. Well, I was doing my hair, and this mother came in with his son, and it was so sweet. The son was taking the mom around because she was getting her hair. She had cancer, so she was getting a wig, and he was just like. The love of that mother and son bond was really amazing. So I just wanted to ask from your mothers, like, what's it like being a mother?
Being a mother, it comes with its own challenges. But going back to where you asked the question, how it is to bring up boys, it's got its rewarding experience, and it also got some challenges. But where I've reached with you guys, I'm still just grateful. I've gone through a lot of challenges, but that is life because your children cannot be perfect. If the children are perfect, there's a problem. So, but for me, I always say something that bringing you boys up, that I always tried to do is to instill some values in you. Things like encourage you guys to make positive friendships outside the world, to be kind to people, to have empathy with people, and be a great person, a great man in the society. It doesn't matter, for me, yes, if you have money, you're a millionaire, yes, that's a bonus. However, for me, if you're a millionaire and you don't have values in you, for me, I don't look at it like it's greatness for me. So yeah, and it's been good. It's been a journey. Like I said, challenges. However, it's something also I enjoyed bringing boys. I mean, something that I'm still struggling even now is self-independence, self-reliance. Like boys take a long time to be really self-independent and self-reliant. It takes like, how old are you guys?
I'm 28.
How old is Ian?
Ian's 30.
How old is Ian? Emmanuel? 24.
25.
25.
Yeah.
But still, the self-reliance and self-independent takes a while. But that's boys, and it's not a bad thing because I believe with time, you guys will grow and you grow out of it. And for me, I just think you'll mature with time. Some men mature at 40, Some other men matured 50. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So and also something I've just always like to say that with boys, it's always good to encourage them to be in physical activity. Boys have a lot of energy. So if you have boys like we had three of you, we were blessed. God is amazing that we came to Australia and we moved into a home with a compound. That was just God, because the energy you guys had, I don't know how I would have survived in an apartment. I would have gone crazy. Or some of us would have just jumped from the balcony because you guys had so much energy. Um, you enjoyed kicking the ball, you enjoyed running around. So having a compound was really good because that really, your energy, because I just remember you guys, you come from school with your books and run a bit in the compound, whether it's with the ball back and forth, and then you come and do your homework. So I just think that boys, you need to encourage them to, if it's not in the compound or you're taking them for sport, but boys need to make sure that their energy is consumed. And also another thing is just I thank God that you people can express your emotions. And sometimes we can argue about that, but at the back of my mind, I validate those emotions because it's very important for boys to express their emotions. And as a parent, you validate them. You look, you come and say this, and then we're like, okay, I came from the old school. So things like that didn't exist in my days when I was growing up. And it's been very challenging for me to accept that I need to accept when you express your emotions. Okay? So that's why you find that in the African um, culture, I don't know, I'm talking from my culture, where I come from, um, men don't express their emotions. And there's a lot that's going on inside there. And they're hurting, they've got trauma, and that's how sometimes you carry all these things and you start projecting. If you marry a woman, start projecting those kind of things because there's a lot you're holding. So for me, it's something, and that is why I kept talking to you guys. Um, like for me, honestly, like I've always told you guys, I mean, lying is okay, but for me, I believe you have to lie between death or, there's something serious, like it's your life. Your life is on this thing. So you say, let me lie to survive. But just these petty lies, where have you come from? Oh, I was just around the corner. Come on. You're not around the corner. If you're around the corner, you'd have been here by in 10 minutes, So just little things, have integrity, which for me it helps by the end of the day. Honesty and integrity is a big thing for you, for boys. But having said that, you guys have tried. We've gone through challenges like as a family, like any other family member can go through. But I'm happy where we are right now.
And you talk about like even with values, like one of those values has always been for us to be respectful and
Yes.
say hi. So like yesterday we went to that party and like I feel they were so touched. Like the Joe, the restaurant owner, also a good friend of ours. He was like, "Man, my family, they were so happy. They told me you came. You said hello to everyone in the room.
Yeah.
We went around, me and Manny." Said hi to everyone in the room, smile,
When I came to Australia, like I say, very old school, that's how I was brought up. I noticed kids, they walk into a room and they just wave, hi. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Because I felt like the way I was brought up, for me, you come and shake someone's hand, have eye contact, how are you doing? I'm doing all right, and you go and sit down. So, and I'm so grateful that you guys, because I really emphasized that when you guys were growing up, even in parties. And I know when you guys started becoming teenagers, you're like, oh, mom, that's annoying. You make us shake hands with everyone. But by the end of the day, look at your life, how you've grown up now. When you go somewhere like what you're telling me now, you went and said hello to everyone, and everyone was like, wow, that is so good. You've been brought up well. Because that's all I wanted. And that's one thing. I may have challenges in other areas, but I know my boys are very respectful. I don't care what anyone says. You children can never talk back, you boys, and I've always emphasized, because when you disrespect even your mother at home, that is how you're going to live when you get married, or when you live with other people, or you go and stay with flatmates, and the behavior starts showing. But if you, the way you are right now, with that respect, speaking to people, being respectful, it helps you by the end of the day. That matters. That is more important than you having $1 million.
Mm.
It is so important. I mean, Ian told me an incident where he was staying with flatmates at Waterloo, and the flatmates, everyone ate in their bedroom. He never saw them. He was the only one sitting at the dining table, always eating. So one day, one of the flatmates came and asked him, how come you're always eating at the table? You can eat in your room. And Ian said, I was actually very shocked. And I said, all these things as parents we do, we actually don't realize your children actually taking it in. He said, I told this guy, I was never my mom, which is true. My mom hated us. I mean, our mom never liked, she hated it when we ate anything in the bedroom, whether it was a lolly, whether it was crisps, whether it was popcorn. My mom said, always, even if it's a lolly, even if it's a popcorn, sit on the table and have it. So Ian said, see, from that, mom, that's why I cannot even, when this all flatmates are eating in the bedroom, I can't. I just find myself sitting by myself on the table eating, because that is what you made us do. For me, it's very good practice. So you see how late it has helped him at 30 years old, sitting at the table. And it's the things I preached when you guys were growing up, when you were young. You have to do this, you have to. But I'm glad that some of those things are taken into practice. Some things I'm still struggling. I have to remind people to make their beds. That is really some of the things that boys take a long time to get it.
Why do you think boys take so long to mature?
I think it's just nature. I think it's natural. I don't know people out there if they've got boys who've matured very quickly, but boys take a long time. I remember even with Ian when we came to Australia from Kenya, they said when we took them to Bexley School, they said he was too smart for his class. They said, oh, he's really had a good education in Nairobi, so we're going to accelerate him. Yeah, we're going to accelerate him to another class. But when he went to that class, the immaturity was so bad that when he went to high school, I had to ask them to make him repeat. Yeah, when he went to Scots, the immaturity was just too much. And I said, you know what? Actually, let him start again and let him repeat. I mean, here repeating is not a big deal, but in Kenya, why is they repeating? Are they dumb or what? No, it was just because of the level of maturity. It takes a long time. I know people, cousins, friends, who are 45 and over, and they're still immature, and they're men. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think, and how they say it's quicker for a woman mature quicker.
Yeah, girls, actually, a girl at 20, 21, especially nowadays, they already know what they want to do, they already know who they are. Girls, most of them, they'll struggle during teenage, like everyone else, hormones, imbalanced hormones. But once they are hit, some even after 18, they're already mature, they already know. Look at girls, like parents in Africa have passed away. A mom has passed on, and she's left a girl who is maybe 15, and this girl has looked after the entire family. She's made sure the brothers have eaten, the siblings, everyone has eaten, and she's around maybe 15, 16. So that is how quickly girls grow. Girls mature very fast.
Did you always like want a daughter?
Yes, I did. When I was pregnant with Ian, I was so convinced it was a girl because for me also I wanted to have a daughter I can name after my mom, Mariaka. But of course,
Hmm.
then you also thought it was a girl, another boy.
Or you thought your middle child would be a girl?
Yeah.
First oldest and
Yeah. And then I went for Emmanuel, we went for a scan at Kenya Insurance Plaza in Nairobi. And I was so sure it was a girl. Because my mother-in-law had also told me, because she had two boys and then she had a girl. So she said, oh, just have a third one. You never know, it could be a girl like me, you know. I had a girl, Alfonsina. When we went to the when we went for the scan, the doctor was a Ugandan, you know, the Ugandan accent was, hey, congratulations. Are you going to get a baby boy? Oh, we looked at each other with our voice and we were like, said, oh, you already have boy? We said, yeah. Then he told us, you got to work hard next time. And then we slept. So it was not meant to be.
it wasn't meant to be.
Do I regret? Do I feel like I should have had a girl? Sometimes, yes. I had this discussion with people yesterday. Some girls yesterday said, sometimes, yes, maybe I should have had a girl. Because girls you'll have some challenges and personalities problems at around some age, but when they get to 20 to 22, you become friends. Because I sit with Auntie Monique and Charlotte, they're really friends. They have the way they communicate, but Monique doesn't have really a strong personality, which is good. So sometimes me, I'm also very grateful. Sometimes I didn't have a girl because my personality would have clashed with the girl, big time, big time. This house would have gone on fire or something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same personality.
Yeah, same personality clashes. Same personality will clash. So imagine if I had a daughter, would have clashed. And then the way Alois is so soft on Emmanuel, imagine if it was Emanuela, a girl.
Imagine if it
Would
was
have been two women in this house, not one.
So, who do you think out of all of your boys has taken your personality the most?
I think when it comes to hustling and outgoing, you have taken my personality. Go get it. Chase it. I want it. And sometimes when you chase something and it doesn't come that side, it is because God wants you to give you a better door, a wider door. So you could be on this door, knocking on it and say, this is what I want. But God is a good God because He will just give you signs. Yes, you go in there, but He will open something bigger and greater for you. So you've got that like me. But when it comes to strong personality, Ian has it. You can't see it, but he's strong like me. He's a bit strong, but I'm glad he's a boy because most boys don't keep grudges. A girl would keep a grudge. Even when you guys are growing up, Ian would come to me and say, oh, I want to go to a movie. I said, no, you can't tell me now. If you want to go to a movie, you should have told me 2 weeks before.
Why 2 weeks?
You're young. How old are you? You're 13. You're telling me you want to go to a movie tomorrow. No. Tell me 2 weeks in advance, and then I can see and decide whether you should actually go for that movie or not. And I would say no, and you just go and say, okay, you'd suck. But I'm sure if it's a girl, slam that bedroom door, stay in that, not speak to me for a week. So glad.
Is that what girls do?
Slam doors. I used to have a boss who used to tell me that the daughter used to slam doors until one day the door broke and she decided not to fix that door for the rest of the But she used to slam the door. So the door was just getting weaker and weaker. And then one day the door just collapsed. And she decided, you know what? You're the one who's messed up that door, so you'll stay without a door.
So who do you think you got the strong personality from, your mom or your dad?
I think I'm a bit more my mom.
Mhm.
Yeah. My mom was a strong personality, very strong personality. I talk about, she was running the home. She was, hardworking. So I really took a lot of from her, like the work ethics, the personality. It is yeah, more my mom. My dad was a more of a cool guy, another guy who could not express his emotions. We don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, but that is just how he was brought up. The men, you don't express your emotions. But here it's important to let boys express their emotions and make sure you validate them as a parent.
So how can parents do that?
Having conversations with kids, like us guys, we did a lot of, ever since guys, you guys were young, every Saturday, we took you guys out for dinner.
Mm.
And it's something we've done, and that's why you guys now can come up and say, Mom, Dad, we're taking out for dinner on this day, because it's something we instilled in you. So we went out for dinner to have conversations. Okay? This is the time we go for dinner. Sometimes we have a drink, we tell you guys off. Sometimes I cry, but those are the things we continue to talk about. I know sometimes you boys think, oh, they've started again. What are they going? I remember once we were going for dinner and Emmanuel said, oh, are we going to be lectured again? I said, no, we're just going to talk. It's not a lecture, it's talking. It's about you expressing, and then us also, we express what we feel. And then from there, we also give you good advice. Could not be, for you, might not think it's the best advice, but when you mature, you're older later, you realize that actually what mom and dad was saying were good. What do you think? Like from your growing up, even with me, like teaching you to write, read. I was not a good teacher because I didn't have patience, but that pushing, you gotta learn your vowels. It's A, E, I, O, U. To pushing, read. What do you guys have to think about that? Even Ian, handwriting, he says he learned handwriting because me, I came from Kenya where handwriting was one of the best things that you had to have handwriting. There was no what can I say? There was no negotiation. You couldn't negotiate with the teacher about handwriting. You got to have good handwriting in school.
But it's true. I do think, that thing of it's true. Like going out to dinner as a family every week.
Yeah.
Us being able to express ourselves
Mm.
and talk, and even if we do fight there on the table,
Well,
it's normal. So that is a true point. Those are things maybe we take for granted
yeah.
that like maybe other families don't do or something. So it's also good to think about, even so now when we have our own families, to do things like that. But even like you said like even for us as boys to be like, hey, let's go take you guys out for dinner.
Yeah.
That's a true point. Like
Yeah.
why haven't we done that?
But you guys do it sometimes. Like you can say,
But
don't do
it's
it as often as we did, but you can say, you've said, oh, mom, dad, guys, I'll take you for dinner. It's on me. And I know you guys, when you do it, you see, you guys are fantastic. What drink do you want? Drink, eat, whatever you want. But it's just something for us. That is how we communicated with you guys. There was no other, because of the pressure. Maybe during the week, we're working, we're doing soccer, we running everywhere, soccer. Then when it comes to that weekend, after your soccer games, we sit down and we have dinner. We made sure every Saturday. That's how we all know about this most RSL clubs. I remember we used to take you guys to Menai Club. Even when I passed there, it reminds me, Menai Club, and then slowly, then we moved to St. Susie. Now we are most of the time at St. Susie as a family. When we want to do something, we go to St. Susie. Yeah, so we did a lot of that, and that's how we are members of these clubs. Mm.
Okay, let me see. The camera's gonna cut out. Okay, the second part, and then we're done.
Wait. Girl who wants this information of the new. Okay.
Yeah, so like those things as a family. So like, parents, doing like a weekly dinner, things like that to allow their children to express.
Yeah, doing weekly, let your children, and like I said before, let them express their emotions, especially boys. because there's a lot of boys can have a lot of skeletons hidden, and it's very important. I mean, sit down with your son. If he's smoking weed, ask him. You're smoking weed. Don't lie to me. What is the story? Okay, most of the time you'll get, oh, I'm going through this and that, I'm going through that and that. So, but remember, you take a lot of weed. By the end of the day, it affects your brain cells, and then the next thing will be mental health, and then you go crazy. So just take it with the. If you have to take it, take it easy on it. Don't be now like that
All
weed
the time.
all the time.
But
That's why I think they've rated the Jamaicans, and I'm not saying this, Jamaica, don't come after me. I'm just saying what I have read, that most Jamaicans have high rates of mental health because of weed.
So hold on, why like I feel like Africans feel like weed is like crack cocaine. Like why is like there's such a stigma on like marijuana in like the African community?
Me, I grew up in Kenya. They call it bangi. They say mtoto anavuta bangi. That is a gangster.
That's crack
Because
cocaine.
bangi weed is associated with losers, with crazy people. So I'm still living in that bangi era where my parents were like, I can't. That one is smoking weed. Bangi, weed sounds a bit nice. Bangi. Hey.
I was watching an American show, and the boy was smoking weed on the porch, and the grandma said, your son is smoking that devil's skin. He called it the devil's skin. On my thing, yeah. So Africans like marijuana, weed is like wow.
I mean, for you guys, you tell me weed is just a relaxed smoke, and you guys say, "Oh, mom, us we don't like alcohol, but we can smoke weed once in a while." And for me, I like that openness, as long as because their kids were hiding from their parents. They do all this, they smoke weed, but their parents will not know. But me, the honesty. That's why I've always wanted you to be honest. Smoke weed, and as long as I've never seen any crazy behavior in the house, so for me, I think okay, you guys are still doing okay because some people, like in Kenya, they smoke weed. They will sell a TV. They'll go and sell fridge to buy the weed. They'll go and sell I don't know what. So for me, I'm happy that even if you guys tell me once in a while you're smoking it, and I'm like okay, maybe they've also had their ups and downs. They don't know how to handle it. Me, I won't smoke it because me, I have to face there are things I go through, but I don't. I won't go and smoke weed. I will face it. Maybe I'll drink a bit of alcohol.
So what's the difference between the alcohol and the weed?
I think it's all the same because they all have their disadvantages. I mean, too much alcohol beer, you can have too much weed. So they all have their whatever. But me, I've just come from old school. There are some moms. Somebody was telling me at work, I smoke even with my son weed. I'm like, what? I can't do that. For me, let them just tell me. I don't even want to see them smoking that weed. Like they can tell me, but I will never. I don't want to see it. Let them smoke, but I don't want to see it, and it's okay. It's fine. And even that's another thing I was saying. When a parent says, "I didn't know my son was smoking a cigarette," for example, a cigarette. Now, you got to know. When you're cleaning their rooms, you can find lighters. Like me, there's a particular room here in this house. I find a lighter. And I asked this one, do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. I'm like, no, it's okay. Tell me if you smoke because your grandmother was smoking. Your dad's brother smoked. No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. But there's lighters. I don't smoke. I don't find cigarette, but I find lighters. And then eventually I had a meeting. I don't want to say, who, but I had a meeting with him. And I said, dude, just tell me if you're smoking because you're 23, turning 24. Just tell me if you smoke. Yeah, I'm smoking. That's okay. I said, but be careful because smoking.
No, because of cigarettes. For me, cigarettes, for me, I just like with cigarettes, I don't like the smell. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know if I could date even a girl who smokes cigarettes.
Mm-mm.
Oh. It's like, and I'm not, I don't know, if that's a bad thing to say, to smoke a girl who smokes cigarettes, but I don't know, you're kissing someone and those smoking things.
Just like some of us girls who don't like men who smoke, it's just the same thing. But
Oh, yeah,
you
true.
gotta just respect. If you meet somebody who smokes and you like them, that is yours. But even for me, that's why I never even dated a smoker, because I'm just it's a bit too much. With the smoke, you're talking, and the people who don't smoke take more smoke than the ones who are smoking. That's the worst thing. You know, the you who doesn't smoke, you consume more smoke than the one who's smoking.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, that's so interesting. I would find with Africans, like weed such a, So, what is like some of the biggest challenges raising boys, other than from what you've said so far?
Biggest challenges. Boys they can be easily be swerved by these people. I know I've got leaders who are followers, so that following can be very dangerous, because when you become a follower, police become involved, prison. There's a lot of things that when you have a boy who's a follower, and I'm not saying that he's perfect, he's just a follower, because he must be contributing in that situation. He must have a lot to contribute.
But what about if someone's a follower in like something that's good?
That is what I was just going to know, because you can be a follower in bad things and you can be following good things, but most kids get attracted to bad things.
Yeah, because bad things are more shinier.
Yeah,
it's more
cool.
Like it's more the cool.
It's a cool thing.
Bad things is more, the good things is more. It's long term more. It's people that have that patience.
Patience, yes, because the good things take a while.
Mm-hmm.
But even in schools, why do you think most kids get in trouble? They come to a school. Who is the cool group? Because if you're not in that cool group, who are you? So you want to be in that cool group, and that cool group, you go there. Sometimes you're used, and sometimes you be in the cool group, and it just gets a lot of problems all the time. It's just problems because you want to be in the cool group. And boys have these things of daring, like I dare you to do that, and a boy will do it. That's stupidity. I dare you to do that graffiti, and you know that is you'll be in problems with the police here. You'll be problems with society. People watching you, they don't like it, and then because boys have dared you, you graffiti because you dare. You've dared you. So it's just a bit challenging like that. But for me, honestly, I've had stories where parents have really been challenged. Me, my challenge is what we've gone through here. It's not as bad, but there are challenges out there. I watch news. How many people all the time are being arrested? Boys, resort boys. I worked in a juvenile, and you should see the amount of boys that come in daily. Because I also worked in a girls' juvenile. Girls is not as much. The boys' juvenile is busy. It's busy. In fact, when you go on shift, you're going to have a busy day because they're walking in handcuffed, in, out. The girls is not as bad. But boys, wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's because of the testosterone, the energy.
Yeah, the energy. Yeah. And just being, sometimes, like you guys were busy.
Yeah, idleness is bad.
Idleness, it's the devil's workshop. So, yes, some kids are idle, but some kids also are busy, but then they just get attracted to, they want to do things, they want to discover things. Being born in Australia, you have identity crisis sometimes for some kids. Not everyone. I think most of them, they want to be associated with, they meet other kids who are born here and they lie to each other, oh, we're not accepted, well, there's racism, I don't know what, and you want to be there to get attention, and it's chaos. And it's because when I worked with the boys, that was always the excuse. They said they're not accepted in the society. They were born here, They say they speak like Australians. They have the accent, but they're not accepted. So they're trying to fit in, and then the fitting in comes with a lot of force. It just messes up someone.
Like I hear now, they're struggling with vaping in schools now.
Yeah.
The kids, apparently all the cool kids do the vaping. So I hear like also things like that. What even like how do parents even deal with things like that?
Yeah, for me, I keep saying, you guys are old school. Thank God. When I was bringing you up, there was Facebook, but I
And
remember,
that was later.
and your college was very controlling. Your laptop was controlled from school, so which was really good. So we did, and sometimes what I used to do, I just used to turn off the modem. I remember when we lived with Alois, the modem, I put it in the handbag and I go with it, But now there's technology, Wi-Fi. You can't carry the modem with you. They'll still have to have Wi-Fi. So the parents now, it's like, honestly, I don't admire that. And even with the vape, some kids are carrying vapes, even they come with the vapes in the pockets. Parents, they forget them in the pocket. Somebody's 13 and accidentally the parent finds the vape in the pocket. What are you supposed to do? And he's a 13-year-old kid. At least me, I was discovering smokes when somebody was 23. Yeah. Because me, when I clean the room, I will check under the mattress. I am that mother. I will make sure everything is clean. But I discovered at 23. So at 23, I can't imagine at 15, 13, 14, or 12, finding a lighter in my son's room or a vape. I'll go crazy. So the parents right now, they have a lot of challenges to deal with.
Yeah, they got some challenges. But I also think and that's why these conversations are good, but also what you said about having boys in activities,
Yes.
Like I think the sports thing is
Yeah.
very good. Like that's such a good outlet,
Yeah.
for,
And they have to be busy. You see, for me, like you've been playing soccer, you're still doing it, you're still out there playing. Ian is always in the gym, Emmanuel boxing, So you're still doing that activity. It's good because you're busy, you're not idle. And it also releases. You go there, you've got a lot of maybe pressure, stress. When you go there at the gym, you work, you sweat, you feel good, you come home, you sleep, So it's something good for kids to do. But kids who sit, and especially now, I just see kids on their iPad the entire time. And I'm like, wow, the world has changed. There are kids who sit on them. I've been to some parents who are very strict. They'll be like, I visited a cousin of mine, Roderick, in Nairobi. During the week, no phone, no iPad. Then the daughter, on the weekend, she has the phone. On Saturday, by the way, he told me 8 to about 5, then takes the phone. Sunday, no phone, no nothing. Imagine. And she's a really, my niece, she's so good. She knows how to communicate. And I think it's because of that. Because she came, she sat with us, she was talking to us, she was communicating with me and Rosalie. But I think because of that. But imagine if we went there and it was just the iPad. They don't even communicate to you. They lose their communication skills. Those skills, people are shy, don't want to talk to you because they're always on the iPad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you still got to train that ability, because even when you go places, it's so easy to just go somewhere, maybe you don't know people or anything, and then you just pull out your phone. Instead of being socializing. So that's why you see some people in front of people, it's hard for them to because they're just always like this.
They're always on the phone, always on the iPad. Even the kids now who cannot, you take them to a restaurant, they can't communicate with even parents. Even now, like us guys, when we go to a restaurant, what do we say? Put phones down, because it's a big thing. I mean, even me, I like the phone. I want to do a bit of Instagram. I do a bit of Instagram, and then we put the phone down, and then we communicate. Otherwise, we can't be. Some people are on the phone, some are communicating. How do you communicate that? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I'm not you. How old are you that I'm going to say, oh, I'll confiscate your phone? No. You put the phone down. Let's have a conversation as a family. We are out. We can't be on the phones when we are out.
So, like, let's say, what advice, like, if I was a father now about to have a child, my first son, what advice would you give me?
So every child is an individual. How you approach them, how you bring them up. So for me, advice that I would tell you that please let your child be respectful to the society, because when they're respectful right from home, even when they're outside, it comes automatically. When the respect starts from the house, a child who's respectful, a child who would listen. Yes, children will be like, you say this, oh, we have to listen. Yes, you'll find some challenges because not everyone wants to listen. They want to do their own thing. But at the back of their head, as long as you emphasize as a parent, it's at the back of their head. And then I've just realized you children, like even you guys, when I used to say some things, I didn't think you were listening because you're just like, okay, whatever. But then I've seen as you grow older, whatever I say, I can see you guys practicing it. So for me, I'll just tell you, bring up your child, whether it's a girl or a boy, encourage them, values, first of all, instill integrity, talk to them about integrity, honesty, be kind to people outside, building positive friendship outside the home, because it's very important. Building positive friendships, to be a leader. Like you guys, like you. You met, how many friends did you meet in Scots who were playing rugby, but they started following soccer because of you, So you're a leader that way, So encourage them to be a leader and give them confidence. Tell them you're confident, you're beautiful, you can do this, I know you're capable, you're amazing, And if I'm still alive, I'll push that if I still have the energy, although grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. So Ian told me, oh mom, when I have my child, can you discipline my child for me? I said, no. I disciplined you guys, you discipline your children.
So your job will just be to
spoiling. I'm a rich auntie, so hopefully I'm richer then I can spoil them, throw them nice big parties. Like you guys have to discipline them. Yeah, it's your job to discipline. We discipline you guys, all my energy done. Still have things I'm sorting out with you guys even now as we live together. So where will I get that energy to discipline those grandkids?
Yeah, that's going to be our job. But I think also the times have changed, even with the whole discipline thing of like just communicating with your children.
Yeah. You guys, whatever works for you, different folks, different, whatever they call it. Whatever works for you, it's Australia, they say you can't be belted, us who are belted, look where we are. Every time we were belted, even a report form coming, you came number, I don't know what, out of 10. Hey! Our parents wanted it to become 1, 2, 3, or 4. Some of us couldn't reach number 4. So you can imagine how much belted me. I was always number 10, and I was always belted. So, but look where I am. And it's never been something that I've sat down and said, oh, because I was belted. No. It helped me to become a good citizen, to know that without getting sometimes, the parents was about grades, but it made me also realize that you need to hustle to live, being street smart.
But I think you can still learn those things without being beaten. Because the reason I say that is because when you're beaten as a child, it's not that it teaches you a lesson, it just instills fear. It's just fear. Because like even I look at my brother, Mufasa Ian, he always used to be beaten when he was younger.
Even you.
And do the same thing.
Even you.
But me, you see, there was one time, this worked better than any beating that could have ever worked. Okay, I was beaten, but the day that dad said you can't go football training, that's when I didn't do it. So all the beatings, they didn't work, but as soon as he just said to me, you can't go football training if you think, so like.
You were scared of being beaten, you know, the dad used to get the belt and say, Dad, Dad, let me tell you.
I used to try to talk.
Yeah, you know how much I love you? And Dad is like, if you love me, why did you do this? you, but even me, Eve, I was scared of being beaten. Mimi, oh me, I was scared. Me, my dad one time, I remember, I don't know what happened. He said he's going to beat me. I ran from our place. I went to another compound. I sat there until it was dark, and I came in the house. I was scared. Even the teachers used to beat you with the ruler. So I'd be like, oh my God, I used to. But you took after me. Ian used to be like hardcore, dude. But you, oh, you'd beg that, please, I love you, I love you. Oh, but nothing. You'd still work and say, if you love me. In fact, you used to make him mad. So you love me. So why did you do it? If you love me, you didn't. You shouldn't have done it.
I'm thinking about I've always been a good talker, because even before I used to get beaten, I used to try to talk my way out of it, like trust.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, for some people, it doesn't work. But for me, just a little bit of beating. Okay, so I'm not going to talk like how we were beaten. Even now, just a smile. Stop doing that. Me, I think it helps. Like the lady who was staying here in the Airbnb, she told me she didn't want to go and stay with her sons. Why? Because her son, she's Greek. She told me, us Greek people, we are very, when it comes to discipline and culture and bringing up family, we really bring up the kids well. I brought up my kids. She's moved back. She retired. She's moved to Greece. The lady Airbnb, the grandma, she told me she's so disappointed in her sons. That's why she stayed Airbnb here. Why? She told me her son is 2 years old. Hits the dad on the face. Smacks the dad. Rude. Answers the dad. 2 years old. That's why she said she couldn't stay there with them. Imagine.
2 years old.
2 years old. That's why she told me, I'm staying here with you guys. That's why she booked the Airbnb for a month. She couldn't. Can you imagine your mom not staying with you because of your child? Apparently, he doesn't say at 2 o'clock. He wakes up in the morning 6. He's screaming the entire home, waking up people. She said, "No, I cannot." Unfortunately, I told my son, "These are the consequences of not bringing up your child." I would have loved to come, and then the son was he was not happy. The mom's booked her Airbnb. He's got a big house. Imagine he's got a 5-bedroom house. But the mom came and stayed here in the Airbnb. The son was disappointed, but she told the son, these are the consequences of not disciplining your child. I can't live with you. So even me, I would be like that. Yeah, she told me. Then she told me, then she gave me another example where she went to visit Easter, because it was Easter Greek. They had their Easter. She went to visit this family with her daughters. She said she was so impressed the way they were serving people on the table. They stand up, they clear the table. The dad says, "Hey, where are you guys?" They just come politely, they clear the table. She said they were so well mannered, and she even wondered why did her sons bring up the second son doesn't have a child, the firstborn. Why didn't she actually told me she feels it is very hurtful for her, because she disciplined the boys. They were very good boys, but she just doesn't know why they've not disciplined their son. She told me he's a little terrorist, beating the parents. She told me she was disgusted when that son slapped the father. I'm not doing it, and slapped the dad. Look at the world we are living in. Hey.
Kids did that, that's crazy.
Chineke, woo, that is I would just like, wow. If I saw your son slapping you, Eve, I'll go and fast and pray. I would pray and fast.
Anyway, I think that was a really, really good episode.
But you as what is my feedback as a mother?
From what?
How brought you guys, what you think?
Yeah, like I said, there's two sides to it. There's the side that like the values, the respect, those things, like you said yesterday, we go to places, even in business, to be able to have those principles, right? In your football run and the coach, and so like shaking people's hands, those are values and principles that we've always stuck with. Yeah, and I'm really proud of that, because I see that even. I mean, if you see Emmanuel in me, I'm just like, wow, the way he's so, the way he does the African way. Yeah, like Rwandese. He does like this. He shakes his hand like that. And I'm like, wow, yes, that's what I want. I don't want you waving
Because that is one thing when I saw when I came to Australia. I saw that, and I came in those days with those African mentality. Even my friends' kids, when they wave, Esther's kids the other day, I met them, they were like, "Hi, auntie." I was like, "What? Don't wave, come here." Yeah, yeah, don't come and say hello to me. Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that was a cool episode. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a long time, but yeah, well, I think we can have more episodes, but I
Yeah.
just need time. I'm always busy working, so we can plan for more and yeah, talk more about things,
Because this is what helps people.
share experiences. We're not the perfect. We're not the perfect examples, but that's all I always tell people: don't use me as a role model. Me, I'm not anyone's role model. I am me doing my own thing. So don't be looking and say, "Hey, I want to be like Rose, Auntie Rose." No, you just be yourself, and we're all individuals. But yeah, but as long as anyway, another thing is parents being on the same page is so important. I always preach that be on the same page. You can't you can't have good and bad cop in the house. No, it doesn't work.
So parents can be on the same page.
Yeah, always communicate. If one parent is disciplining a child, don't interfere. You see how dad used to belt you guys? I never came in to interfere. Joy, Auntie Alois, never. Let him do this. Let him deal with that. When another parent is, if it's a mom disciplining a child, dad, do not interfere. If you can't bear that pain, walk away and go in your bed and sleep. But do not mention kids are smart. And when they're being beaten, especially like, for example, so dad is there and I'm disciplining this person who knows that dad has a weakness. So when I'm disciplining, they're looking at dad. See that? What are you going to do about this? They're looking at them like giving them that guilt trip. So that's how you feel bad. Just walk away. Let mom finish with that discipline or let dad finish with that discipline.
And then maybe you can tell the dad.
And then you can communicate later and say, "Oh, but that," just between you two, "Oh, but that discipline was a bit harsh," or "How can we change? How can we do it?" Anyway, I never interfered, but later on we learned, that, especially when we had our last born, we started going different pages, which was really, really bad. But what do? We learn from there and we move on because children can manipulate. They can, they're very selfish. They will use their own situations to just be like, "I'm a victim." Especially kids here, they like to excuses. No one wants to take accountability for anything. It's just because of this happened, that's why I'm in this situation. Even soccer, when they play soccer, we lost the team because the ref was favoring the other team. They'll never say, "We didn't play well. Next time, let's have a good game." No, it's because it's always the ref, the opponents, this. Kids in Australia, excuses. Yeah.
Take accountability.
Yeah, take accountability. Yeah, very important.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was a really good episode. We'll get the thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. One more message before we go.
Guys, thanks for supporting Rubasha Podcast. I know there are people out there. I'll just be honest. There are people out there who don't want to support. So you don't want to support, that's fine, because that's how you feel. However, I think it's just good to encourage these young people. They're coming up with, because social media is a big thing for, right now. People are using that platform to, whether it's advertising business, whether it's marketing, whether it's anything you do. So we need to support each other. If you come today and tell me my son is doing this, my son has a YouTube channel, my son is trying to do a business, my son is trying to market. It's finished.
Yeah, because it's 28 minutes. Keep going.
Yeah, my son is trying to build a brand. My son is trying to do. I will be there to support you 100% because I know what it is to support these children. Like some parents, are not into social media because they believe their children should study and become I don't know who. That's fine. But you out there who's watching, who is on social media, always scrolling and checking what's going on, just saying like. What's wrong with you? Just like or love the post and keep going, keep scrolling. So for me, I'm not saying I'm just giving advice. It could be any other child who's out there who needs support. Guys, support the podcast. We are I think the African Australian right now who just have a podcast, and I think it's better we build each other because this podcast one it's going to grow big. We're going to have everyone coming here and we have an interview and we have conversations that are going to help. So let's be together, whether you're from Nigeria, from Ghana. I'm not just talking about Kenyans, because I believe most of the support will be from other people. So Ghana, Nigeria, Australian, Greek, Italian, you guys out there, support the podcast. But for everyone who supports, we are very grateful. We really appreciate your support. We love you. Actually, that's what I was looking for. What can I say? We love you so much, and thank you so much for supporting Rupasha podcast. Yeah, we're growing big, so we're gonna get there. So and thank you, Eve. Eve works hard.
Sujira.
Yeah, Sujira. Oh, Sujira. Sujira works very hard on this podcast. I mean, he wakes up very early in the morning to go and do podcasts. He even quit his job. He's now a full-time podcaster. So guys, just support. Support is important. For me, I'll be very honest, like most families will not support. Actually, the people who support you most is the outside people. So for me, family for me is not blood. It doesn't just have to be blood. It's actually the people I've come in Australia. When I come to Australia, I've met friends. That is my family, like really close family. And thank you guys for supporting. And yeah, we just pray that we go places and God can give us wisdom, that we can be on this podcast and share. We're going to share a lot more in depth. Now we're just there, but we're going to have depth where we sit with our children, challenges, what they've gone through, where they've ended up. And yeah, we'll be in depth with that. Yeah, sooner or later.
Exactly.
Inshallah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching, and
Yeah.
we'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.
Let's go for thumbnail.
Oh, we finished even before 9. That was good.
I told you we'll be done.
Awesome.
Okay. So just do that
I didn't
first.
regret my accepting that shift. So what do you want me to do?
Is there anything?
Wait. Can you see me there? Oh, I just
You
focus
are
on
here,
you.
you are
Okay.
here.
Children. Boys.
Like you're yelling at me.
I think that would be the best. Use that yelling.
Cool. And then now we're together. Here you go. Come. Let's see that. Yeah, finish.
I think that's the best. Will you see that one?
Look.
You're gonna get viewers. People have been waiting for me to talk for a long time.
I know that's not zoomed in.
It's not what?
Like zoomed in. Can you see?
Yeah. I think it's the beating one. The slap one.
That was good, huh?
Did you like it?
Yeah. And it goes, you see how like it goes quick, it's good.
Yeah.
Goes.
You give it to me, I am going to send it to Kina Monique. You see me, I'm forceful like that. So you send it to me, I send it to them, they have to listen. Even the other day, listen. Even
Wait, the
Gabby,
whole episode?
even Kina Gabby told me the one for Ian. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Okay, listen. So if we don't support each other, how are we gonna progress? Yeah, but I know they listen. You know why I know they listen? Because Charlotte asked me. why is Eve called Sujira? She asked me, I said, that is his name. They didn't know, they were shocked. Yeah, they were like, the child asked me, why is Eve called Sujira? I said, that is his name. She couldn't believe it. Okay, now me, I need to remove, I just wanted to do the wig for the thing. So people like even and can't speak on podcast. It's so hard to have people. You need to have people who can speak. I wanted that Sophie's daughter, but